Sight reading seems like it's going to be impossible to do. It really isn't. If you can read music at all, then you can learn to sight read better. The same thing with me. I was always a terrible sight reader. I have improved tremendously as a teacher, being a sight reader, just through reading through my students' music. So what can you do to help your sight reading? It's important to pick music that is easy enough for you to read through, but not so easy that it's just like the difference between reading a kid's book and reading a really difficult adult book. You want to have something that is fun to do, but not just a kid's book. You want to make sure that your music is challenging enough and doesn't frustrate you so much that you want to quit. So here's a site that I use for myself and for my students. Okay, this is called Sight Reading Factory. It's $45 a year. I am not paid to show this, so this is my subscription that you are looking at. This will show you unlimited amounts of sight reading for a lot of different instruments. So if I hit start practicing, it'll ask me what instrument I want. Now it does have recognition of notes through MIDI for piano. It also, I believe it might have it for some other instruments just through microphones also. So I'm going to choose piano. It's also down here. And then I have 9 different levels to choose from here. The half level is going to be very easy. The level 8 is going to be extremely difficult. I'll say extremely difficult for any beginner to intermediate player. So I'm going to show level 4, kind of right around the middle here. Level 4 still puts your hands in 5-finger hand positions. Level 5 is when it starts to branch out from that. So I'm going to choose more common time signatures, 3/4 and 4/4, and start there. I'm also going to do random suggested key signatures. By here, if you've only learned certain keys, say like C major, G major, F major, A minor, you can actually choose those as the key signatures that it'll give you so that it doesn't give you anything you don't know. Now here, the auto assessment, it does require MIDI, which what that means is you need a MIDI cable, which is a USB cable with USB-B on one side and then USB-A or C on the other to plug into your computer. Now, if you have a real piano, this is not going to happen, but that's okay. They have free play. This is just like picking up a book of music and reading that music. Now, none of this is going to seem familiar. This is actually a good thing. You don't want the music you're sight reading to all sound familiar and be able to know whether you're doing it right just from your memory of the music. You want to be able to know from looking at it whether you're playing the right rhythms, whether you're playing the right notes. Now, if this looks hard to you right here, that's okay. They have lower levels. Now, this one may look challenging, but it actually stays in one hand position. This is in the key of C, and it's going to be in this C hand position. I'll show you a little bit of this. What I suggest doing is counting out your first measure and making sure to stay slow. 1, 2, ready, go. See, I made a mistake because I'm not really paying attention. Now, did you notice what I did when I made the mistake? I didn't stop and fix it. I kept on going through that. Now, I'm just going to pretend that I made that mistake on purpose. I actually didn't make the mistake on purpose, but as I'm sight reading through it, that's okay. Mistakes are expected. If your music is too easy and you're never making mistakes, pick something harder. Go to a higher level. Now, once I'm done with this one, you just play through it one time. That's it, one time. I mean, I've suggested to students you could play through it twice, play through it once, hit the play button here so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like, and then play it again, and then hit next. I would suggest doing that if you're not sure if you played it right. If you're certain whether you played the right notes or not and the right rhythms, then move on to the next one. I'll click next one more time so you can see one more. This is also in the key of C. I'm going to see if it'll show as a different key. See how it just immediately creates something new. 2 sharps is D major for this. It hasn't shown as any minor keys. It may not. I may not have it set to show minor. So we'll try this. And once you get kind of comfortable with time signatures, don't let yourself get over comfortable. Still count yourself in. Make sure you know what tempo you're going to take. So I go 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to count out loud. As long as you have a good rhythm, it's okay. And do know that whatever tempo you take, just make sure you take a tempo that you can handle. Once you get to sight reading real music, try to sight read it at tempo if possible. If it's a very fast piece, you can slow it down because the whole point of sight reading is being able to do it. One other place you can go for sight reading, because one thing missing in this is that they're not real pieces of music. They're not real songs. These are just made up things by an AI that is on a website. So we can go to something like this. Let me show you what I have here is a subscription here to the Faber and Faber series. It's called the Faber Piano Adventures Digital Cloud. I think I pay something like $90 a year for this. And the great thing about this is it gives me access to all of their stuff at every level, from My First Piano up to their literature books. So what you could do is pick something out of literature, pick something that you can actually play. Here, I'll go to Piano Literature Book 2 here. It sometimes takes it a minute for it to come up, and it's actually already open to one page here. So let's just take a look at this one. There's a lot to choose from, and this actually does have pedaling in it. So what I would suggest is finding some different things at different in different genres and in different periods, so that you can get a better sense of what you like in music, as well as what you may already be good at sight reading, so that you know what you need to work on. So I look at this one, and I've actually taught this before, so I already kind of know what it's supposed to sound like. Here, now I'm going a little bit slow. Now, no matter what happens, just keep going. See if you can keep that 3 beat going. 1, 2, 3. Any of these books can be helpful, and if this is too hard, that's okay. I picked Literature Book 2. There's a prep book as well as a level 1. There are lots of books in the series. If you don't like the Faber series, that's okay too. Pick something you do like and sight read through it. One really great option for sight reading is hymn books. When I was in college, my professor suggested that I buy hymn books and read through them to help me get better at sight reading. Hymn books are great because there's a lot of music in them, number one. And number two, if you are a pianist who likes going to church, or if you want to be a really good pianist, you may just say, you know what, that's something I'd love to be able to do in church or do professionally, is play the piano in church. And if you can play all the hymns, that's really helpful. And if you can sight read hymns really easily, that's also very helpful. If you have any questions for me about sight reading, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to see more, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future.